What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video. You probably recognise this handsome human being from previous videos, Deadlifts with Brad.
The famous Deadlifts with Brad.
Yes.
I'm not Brad. My beard is bigger now.
Yeah, it's a pretty epic beard, let's be honest. So Brad's just going to update us from the last time that we saw him to now. So Brad, what are you up to nowadays?
So now I cause people pain for money using my anatomical skill and physiological skill of how the body is, what the body is, and how it moves. And then I dig my great thumbs in there and people give me money for it.
And I've got that to look forward to, and you guys are going to see me in pain.
Can't wait.
Look at that face, weird. Loving it.
Really weird. so close.
So yeah, let's get into it.
So looking down at Matt's feet, he's got a tendency to pronate. That means his foot is rolling in. So squeeze your toes to the floor, Matt, bro, and his toes come and his feet comes out, and then relax, Matt, bro, and they fall in. So a tendency to pronate isn't so much a problem. I'm putting my foot on the pedal that's making me go down. Isn't so much a problem. It might be known as flat foot. People said you're flat-footed. It's fixable. Like orthotics or insoles will fix it. But if you've got a tendency to pronate instead of supinate, what that means is when the foot hits the floor, the foot should be nice and loose. That's causing padding for the impact of walking or running. So it should be nice and loose. And as we step through that, we should supinate, and the foot, when it's supinated, will stiffen in order for us to run off, yeah? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So if we have got a tendency to pronate when we run, that means the foot stays looser all the way through that, if not most of the way through, if not more so than it should be. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah? So flat foot is fixable by, yes, insoles for some people, see a podiatrist, or strengthening your supination will also fix flat-footedness. So getting a band, whack a band on your foot, twist it to the side, practice strengthen supination. He's your guy for your strengthening stuff. So looking at your feet, Matt, that could be causing hamstring issues or calf issues. So if Matt is flat-footed, just quick, just flex. If Matt is flat-footed,
people have probably clicked off by now.
That's fine for me. This is just for us. If Matt is flat-footed, he has a tendency to pronate, which means that the foot is looser, which means his calves are going to have to work harder to run through. So his calves are going to have to work harder to stabilise the ankle joint. I know this is a wrist, not a foot. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah.
Just stand facing me. Try and get your hands above your head for me. Keep going. Perfect. Okay. Okay, everyone. Bro, face the picture so the camera can see. Okay, so bring your arms down. Okay, start there, that's fine. Keep the ribs tight, core engaged, and we're going to slowly see how far we can get Matt's hands above his head. Not far at all, right? Okay, so that means that these bad boys here are tight.
Oh yeah.
Painful? There, look. Yeah, okay. So if we can loosen these off, yeah. So for people that work with their hands above their heads, plasterers, decorators, I don't know, anything, and they have to get their hands above their head, so you put your hands above your head now, get them further above your head, you can relax all this now and use your spine. This might be why you're getting a bad back. So to get them further above your head, Matt, you might have to do that, okay? So with this extra arch in this back, the extension in the spine, fixing the lats, fixing the chest, that might be pulling the shoulders down, will fix the lower back. The symptom isn't always the cause. Just a little, cool? Cool. The more you know, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're rubbing your calves today.
Yep.
Yeah?
Cool.
Okay, so we know you've got a tendency to pronate, so calves are tight, hammies are tight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any shooting pain? Have you got any pain? Discomfort, tightness?
No, I think I've been. Well, the reason I came to Brad previously is because I was getting pain on the inside portion of my knee.
Yeah.
And obviously, Brad diagnosed that with the hamstring muscle, which was it biceps femoris.
Biceps on the outside is more the semis, so the semitendinosus, semimembranosus.
Cool.
So I've got these two here.
Yeah.
It's called the goose's foot where it joins in the middle.
So he diagnosed that and worked on the hamstrings, and that problem went away straight away. Loosened off within one session.
I feel like I should take my shirt off.
I feel incredibly awkward. I feel like probably should have done this with my shirt on.
We see move you. Your shirt is Mike. It's fine. You've got a good body. I've got the moves. Cool. Do you want to get on the bed? Yeah.
He
said coily. Huh?
I'm gonna edit that.
What?
Get on the bed.
Matt, get on the bed.
And it only records 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. It's an SNR, so it's going to do that.
Oh right.
So you don't overheat. Sorry. Like you should know that. Like you should know that. So yeah, I'm Brad. I'm a sports massage therapist. I'm also a biomechanics coach as well. So I can look and point out a few more things than your average sports massage therapist. Biomechanics is basically looking at the body in an intrinsic way, so how the feet or the pelvis or the shoulders can affect one another. So looking at Matt's tendency to pronate in his foot could be causing some shoulder pain. Matt's got tight lats, which we've just explored. That could be affecting his hamstring when he's running. Everything's integrated. I use a coconut oil to massage. I like coconut because I deal with a lot of bigger men. Coconut is great for softening the hairs. So if I've got a lot of hairy people, I'm not going to go and tell them to shave and come back, because for me that's just, I don't know. Other people have done that, that's fine. That's your way of working, this is my way of working, completely fine. I also don't like oils like grapeseed because they make the towels smell funny. You'll never really get oil out of your towels, whereas coconut washes straight out. It's lovely, and it smells great, and it softens the skin. So what I'm doing now is effleurage, petrissage. Effleurage and petrissage are both just beautician style, Swedish massage style, kind of warming up the skin, warming up the tissue. Not painful, Matt?
Nope.
Quite nice?
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm getting a feel for Matt's body. I know for a fact from just rubbing him nicely here that this part of his calf's nice and tight.
That's it.
Yeah, and
It's quite loose.
yeah, the rest of it's pretty much okay. And despite him complaining of tight hamstrings, they feel okay. No pain?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put you a little bit higher.
Cool.
Harry Potter. What's the Harry Potter spell? Levator scapulae. That's that muscle there. So sports massage. Sports massage is the name of the type of practice. You don't have to do sports to have a sports massage. It was originally designed as a deep tissue type of therapy for Olympians back in the day, in sort of like the 80s time. I think it was 80s, don't quote me. And they realised that it's just a good type of therapy to do. So a lot of my clientele are people that sit at desks all day because their backs are terrible, or their heads are terrible. They get such bad headaches, sit at desks, or they drive. A lot of manual workers, plasterers, plumbers, you name it. So sports massage, why am I different to a beautician or a Swedish massage therapist? A beautician will have the basic knowledge of anatomy, basically, and they will only do effleurage and petrissage, and the idea of a beautician massage is relaxation. If you get a good one that knows a little bit more about anatomy, they might get rid of your knots for you, but they're there for relaxation usually. Swedish massage, a little bit deeper, deep tissue massage. They should primarily be getting rid of your knots and getting rid of any tissue that's tight. Sports massage, next level up, is usually to do with, we have a lot more anatomy knowledge. So anatomy, what the body is, and physiology, what the body does. So for me, I'm quite keen on my anatomy. You might see me in a little while sort of looking away while I'm touching that. Weird, right? That's so I can feel what I'm doing. I can feel the certain muscles. So if I touch Matt's calves, it doesn't matter if I'm looking or not because I can't see the muscles, but I know what muscles are there. For instance, his gastrocnemius is here, which feels nice, Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, no pain.
No.
But I know underneath that is the soleus. Matt does a little murmur. Okay, let's talk about the calves anatomy. Gastrocnemius, gastrocs, whatever you want to call them. That is the muscle that you see in the gym with the big calves. I can't show them on Matt because
it's not there.
the gastrocnemius connects above the knee joint and below the ankle joint, so it's part of the Achilles tendon that connects to the heel here. So if we're rubbing the leg and it feels fine, good. But we know there's some tightness in there, so Matt's gastrocnemius feels fine. Although I know for a fact, Matt, if I press quite firmly and go towards his soleus,
oh yeah.
yeah, see his back tensile. Is that a bit tender there?
Yeah.
All in here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how do we get to that? This is how anatomy knowledge is good and physiology knowledge is good, because we know what's there, anatomy, and how it works. So if we know the gastrocnemius connects to above the knee and below the ankle, we can shorten that muscle by going into knee flexion. So now Matt's gastrocnemius is nice and loose, which leads me to get into the soleus a lot easier. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because the soleus connects to the top and below the knee and to the ankle joint. So this means the soleus hasn't lost any tensicity in it. Tensicity? That's not the right word. What is it?
Elasticity.
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 Elasticity. The soleus hasn't got any shorter.
That's better.
Yeah. We can improve what we're doing here by putting Matt's ankle into dorsiflexion. That will lengthen the muscle and make it a lot easier for me, but make it a lot harder for Matt.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's it.
As a sports massage therapist, I have to take this into account. I can't see Matt's face, so I'm constantly asking Matt how he is, how he's feeling. I look for twitches, I look at the hands, I look at the feet. If I push something and his hands start twitching, or his feet, or his back tenses up, I know that that's hurting him. I ask him how he is, can he handle it, whatever else. So when people say to me, I don't want a sports massage because they hurt, that's fine, but pain is relative to you. So I might get some clients in that literally want to be hurt. So there's no way around it. They sort of say, yeah, just give it to me. These big rugby players come in and it's like, just thrash me, Brad, just do it. And other people don't like that. I, for one, think that if I can treat the muscle and relax the muscle and do what I need to do to it without causing the client pain, I've done my job and I've excelled at doing my job there. I, for one, don't look out to hurt you. I do if it's Matt and I want to make it funny by poking this muscle in. Sorry, buddy. Yeah, that's not to say I can't hurt you, don't worry. I've definitely got the ability to. Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Good. So sports massage in terms of pain, if you go to someone and they kick the absolute out of you, and you don't like that, that does not represent every sports therapist ever anyway. Sports massage therapist. Sports therapist and sports massage therapist is different. To be a sports therapist, you went to uni to do it. Start taking peppermint tablets, Matt.
You've started taking peppermint?
Peppermint.
Why?
For like IBS and that.
Oh,
right. And now, every time I burp, it tastes like mints. It's lovely, mate.
I mean, you know, if people take something away from this video, I think that's it.
Peppermint.
Yeah.
Struggling with IBS, peppermint tablets.
Peppermint.
All day long you'll be burping tree balls. XXX. Extra strong mints. Peppermint. So how's that calf feel?
Yeah, feels good.
Good, yeah? Give it a little wiggle around for me. Can you still feel something in there? Are you feeling alright?
Yeah, feels a lot better.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Are you sure? You're not saying it for the camera?
No.
Good. So, hamstrings.
They feel alright?
I think so. You tell me.
Yeah, feels
How's that
fine.
feel?
Yeah, feels fine.
So I'm putting quite a lot of pressure on Matt there. When people say my hamstrings are tight,
Slight towards the top. There.
Slight there. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's
there.
it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's your bicep. There, look, yeah?
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
Okay. So deep breaths for me, buddy.
That's it.
Another one.
Oh.
So I'm using my elbow on Matt now in his hamstring. I am using the point, which is the most aggressive thing I can do, but I'm also very conscious of the weight I'm putting on. I can put a lot more weight on than what I'm doing now, but Matt's showing me that that's enough. He's telling me with his breathing and his voice, swearing, he's telling me with his voice that he's that's enough.
Yeah.
And he's slowing down his breathing now, which is telling me the muscle is easing off.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Bro. When we talk about hamstrings, the hamstrings connect below the knee. They actually connect to the lower leg bone, the tibia, and they connect to a bone just in the bone called the ischium. Just there, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah? It's this ischium part of the bone, the pelvis, that causes this tight hamstring feeling. So if we sit at a desk all day and you tell me you've got tight hamstrings, I'm immediately going to think you've got anterior pelvic tilt. Anterior front side, pelvic tilt, which is the Donald Duck bone, the sort of the Instagram girl pose. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, sticking the bum out.
That's a good description, that.
Yeah, the Instagram girl pose. Yeah, that's anterior pelvic tilt. If the ischium bone is further up because of the tilt, that's going to give you the illusion of tight hamstrings. So if I lay them down and I go, how's that feel? And they go, yeah, fine. I know they've not got tight hamstrings because I've felt tight hamstrings. Footballers have tight hamstrings, and you just rub them lightly and they go, oh.
So Brad, why is sports massage beneficial for sport and performance?
So if we look at it from a tight muscle perspective, if we consider a tight muscle, it's the fibers in the muscle that aren't firing correctly, okay? So imagine a steak with all the lines in it.
Yeah.
They fire like this, so they separate and there's a little chemical between them, or a little thing between them, that fires like this. When a chemical is sent to it, I'm getting well deep now, but basically that creates this.
Oh, actin and myosin.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know the names, I just know how it works.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's it. They fire like this, okay? If there's stickiness between here through to lactic acid build up or muscle adhesions, which are knots, you have not got full ability of that muscle. Okay.
Like range of movement.
You're talking range of movement.
Power.
We're talking power activation, yeah, and speed of the activation as well. Depending on what sum you want to do in terms of power equals speed or speed equals power or whatever else. Basically, you do not have full control or range of that muscle. At full length to full contraction is full control and full power and full whatever of that muscle. So if you, your arms only went to here with your lats, that's going to show me that in terms of lat pull down, you could probably do a lot more if you had full range and if you had full activation of your lats. Okay.
Like maximising strength potential.
Maximising strength potential. So sports massage is going to give you more range, because if you're trying to do a lat pull down, Matt, and your back is arched like this, that's going to take away the stability of the core. Does that make sense? So if the core is not stable, you're going to be pulling down with the lat pull down. Let's say it's a conventional one, like this. Whereas to be fair, you want to be having palms facing each other for full lat length, by the way. If we've not got the core engaged there, the full lat, that's why you see people shrugging it down. Because they get to here, they re-engage the core, and pull it. Whereas if I can find a way to get your arms up there naturally, without you having to arch your back, extend your back, you're going to have to get core engagement here, which equals more power.
And obviously, if you're tilting all the way back and you're pulling a heavy weight down, that could cause lower back injuries as well.
Massively, totally. So the symptom, again, isn't always the cause. That's one of my biggest sort of things. The symptom isn't always the cause. So, sports massage, because of my knowledge of anatomy, I can fix why your shoulder's hurting because of your lower back, or your lower back's hurting because of your shoulder. And it's all about getting you moving well. I'm a huge believer, because of my biomechanics training, that if you move well, you'll perform better, and as a result of that, the pain will go away, unless it's something clinical, such as arthritis or something a physiotherapist needs to look at. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So in terms of, like you say, we talk about sporting performances. Performance, I should say. You say you treat. Well, is that the right?
Yeah, treat. Yeah.
Treat.
Well, I can't say do, can I? Well, I did that today. Did you? That's weird. What does Liv think of that? Do you know what I mean? I used to see a family at their house. I said, I've just done a family of 3. So yeah, I say treat.
Fair enough.
Gets weird, doesn't it?
So where was we?
Sorry,
treating. So you say you treat rugby players. I've seen you treat triathletes.
Triathletes, yeah. I have
been to a few events, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. I've been to a few events. I've done Europe's Strongest Man. Where I massaged Thor.
That is epic.
Right, he's a big man. I did this on Thor, and I had to use all my body like this. I've done triathletes. I've done triathlons. This year I've done Mansfield Road Clubs, which is a non-profit road biking club. I've done Shield Pines National Event, which was a off-roading cycle race, which was gave people points towards the Olympics.
You've got around doing a lot of people, haven't you?
I'm working towards, because of my background of powerlifting. I tend to do a lot of gym people, a lot of bodybuilders, a lot of powerlifters. But yeah, like reputation precedes me. The more people I fix, the more people they tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Word of mouth.
Word of mouth, totally.
Yeah, spread.
So if you come to me and you say I don't do any sport at all, I don't judge anyone with that. I sort of say that's fine.
Yeah.
What do you do? And if they say I sit at home and watch Only Fools and Horses reruns on Dave, and then I go to work and sit at a computer all day, I go, okay, that's fine. I now know your lifestyle and what could be causing said issue.
Yes, yeah.
Does that make sense? Problem is, you're probably watching Dave Plus as well, instead of just regular Dave.
That's all Dave's shows. So Only Fools and Horses and
Top Gear.
That's it.
Top Gear.
Yeah, that's a fan favourite.
Oh, I've heard the new Ford Focus is coming out.
Oh, is it? Oh.
2007 Ford Focus.
Oh, right.
Jeremy Clarkson said.
Okay, so anyone didn't get that reference.
Okay,
so anyone didn't get that reference.
I know, right?
So, how long have you been massaging for now? How long your business has been running?
So I've just done my first business year, but I qualified in November 2017. It's really hard to start this as a business when, with your PT and you've been doing it years now. It's hard to start off with, so and I've been doing it for 2 years, and now I've got a good client base, but I've worked damn hard at that. The first 6 months I was doing it, doing sports massage, not doing people. I was working in hotels, and doing a bit of work for people on the side, like in shops and retail and stuff like that, all while I was sort of trying to get clients in. And when I was regularly getting 5 clients in, which isn't a lot, I knew that was sustainable. So I had to make the leap between doing a 9-hour shift in retail for X amount, less obviously, minimum wage usually, now for 9 hours, or potentially 1 hour for £40, which is what I charge for the hour. But then I've got that spare time after to grow my business, read a book, message people, learn something, market, do my books, you know. So I had to make that big leap, and as soon as I was getting 5 clients, which for me was enough to pay my overheads for whatever I was doing, as soon as I had that amount of clients, I quit the hotel.
It's a big step though, that is, isn't it?
It's a huge step.
It's a safety net, isn't it?
But what is security?
Yeah, true.
You know, Jim Carrey did a speech in front of university a few years back, and it was about his dad as an accountant, and it was about security, and his dad said, I'm being an accountant even though I want to be an actor because it's security. And then after 10 years of doing it, or how many years of doing it, he was made redundant and the business closed down. So after all that time, he wasted all the time working for a job that was secure, you know. So all these people, all you people out there that are watching this, and you want to do something, there is a way to do it. I've worked in sales. I've got a drama degree. I've run gyms, and you know, I used to sell vapes. You know, and now I'm doing what I want to do. Someone told me I wouldn't. Someone told me 4 years ago. I said I want to do sports massage full time, and he said to me, I remember it, every word, "You'll never be able to do it." And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Because you'll always be looking for clients. You'll have to have a part-time job. Blah blah blah, all these reasons," and I put it off.
And it's them words that motivate you at the end of the day, doesn't it?
Totally. This guy is now a huge motivator for people, and I'm thinking, you told me I couldn't do it. And so forever, when anyone says to me now, oh, I want to make a living selling stamps for a living, like, go for it. There's people out there that will buy stamps. Yeah? You just have to find the market. Is it online or is it in Yorkshire? You move to Yorkshire if it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to make a living massaging people and making them feel better. So that's what I've done. You're right, it does take a bit of a leap to do it.
Yeah. It's sometimes it's trusting the process as well, because there is times where, you know, business may be tough.
Totally, mate.
And you know, you do feel like you want to, you know, sack it off.
Yeah.
But you just got to trust the process and just keep plugging away.
That's it. Keep plugging, keep doing a good job. Keep doing a good job. Don't ever come to work and go, oh, this isn't working, what's the point of me massaging this person? Because that person might have 10,000 followers on Instagram. And if they do one little post for you, you've just gained 5 clients. Which is what happened to me. I gained 5 clients when someone did like a nice little post for me. I've just massaged someone today that had 85,000 people on Instagram.
Wow.
And I'm going to tell her to give me a little message. It's just about building up a rep and having confidence in your own ability to do it, but also knowing, so this is where people go wrong. They try and do everything themselves, and I'm not a graphic designer. So this on my t-shirt, that on the wall, was done by a graphic designer. I don't know how to. I could have sat in front of a PC and gone, oh yeah, that'll do. But
so
now,
you're a big believer in like outsourcing?
Outsourcing what you can't. I massage. I'm good at anatomy. I'm not good at PTing. So I say go see Matt.
Well, neither am I, but people.
See, this is where your problem is, Matt, in your hips. Okay.
Yeah.
Your glutes are weak and tight, so.
Yeah. Sounds like an oxymoron though, that does, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Where there is tightness, there is weakness. Tightness, who said it? Sebastian, the Australian strength coach. He said tightness presents itself where there is weakness. So your lats are nice and tied up.
Ooh, lovely.
Yeah, I love our Roger being on camera. Bro. How's that feel?
Yeah, feels
Yeah,
good.
is this the one that used to beat up? Or is it that one?
Right one.
It was that one.
No, sorry, it was the left, because I thought it was going to be my right, but in football, I was right-footed, so
You left-handed.
I was using my left leg as the standing leg.
Okay, yeah, that's right. How's this feel? Fine?
Yeah,
that's
feels
the bit
fine.
we're beating up.
Yeah,
Up there.
feels good.
Sure?
Yeah.
A little bit of elbow? Nothing?
Fine.
Nothing?
Yeah.
So when people say to me, you know, that so-and-so is now doing a sports massage brand, what do you think? Should we go and sabotage them? I'm like, no, crack on, like, let them do it.
Yeah.
Like, I've got my clients, they've got theirs, drape your arms off the bed for me, buddy.
Yeah.
Perfect. Like if someone else comes into DW and does PT and it's like, yes, that is a little bit of competition, but they're just starting like you just started. So
I agree, yeah.
crack on, let them do it. Like, if they are good enough, your clients will go to them. If they are not, your clients will stay with you. Like,
Yeah.
I like to go to a certain barber's because I do. Yeah. I know someone else might do a better job. It might do a worse job. I don't care, but I know I like this barber's. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what people do. They come to me because they like me, and if they want to go to somewhere else because they don't like me or they don't like the way I treat people, that's fine. That's their prerogative. And it's the same thing with you. If they don't like the way you train, you don't have to change the way that you train.
Oh no.
You have to find the right people that want to be trained like by you.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's why people at the beginning of their business, whatever they may do, fail, because they try to constantly change and treat people or sell something, sell a product. 'Cause I'm selling a service now. I'm trying to sell my service the way that I want to sell it. And if someone else came in and said, no, I want you to do it like this, I'd say, okay, that's fine, go to someone else. I've never turned anyone away for that, but I'll just talk them around and say, I do it this way. If you don't like it, we'll try and change it a little bit to the way that you want to do it, but this is ultimately the way that I do it. I'm selling this kind of tapestry. My pies taste like this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If enough people say your pies taste like crap, you're gonna change your pies, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Yes, it's an interesting point because, well, in theory, for example, I'll talk from my experience. As a personal trainer, you adapt to your clientele.
Yeah.
That's tight, Jesus.
Yeah, that's just what I was saying.
A good personal trainer adapts to their client. However, a lot of personal trainers, for example, if someone gets asked to cover an area, that personal trainer may not be the strongest in.
Yeah.
That personal trainer may, in turn, wing it.
Yeah.
Which.
But ultimately, that person that wants to learn powerlifting, and they go into someone that primarily just teaches 60-year-old women how to stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's not the right PT for them.
No.
Unless that PT can instantly go, yeah, let's go on, let's do 5x5 strength training with a deload week, and then work on your 3x3, 3x1, and then you go, right, crack on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think it's important to constantly learn.
Yeah, totally.
Jesus, that's tight, what on earth?
Yeah.
What is that?
I want to tell people about this.
Top of glute.
Huh? Here? That?
Ah, yeah.
Okay, so, just me and you now, camera. We're looking at Matt's lower back at the moment, okay? A lot of people come to me about a lower back pain. Fine, but usually it's not your lower back, okay? So, Matt, would you say that where my thumb is there is your lower back?
No.
You wouldn't, because you're a PT and you know that's what.
Oh my god. It's not that.
It's your glute.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So if we find the lower back, we see these dimples in the lower back on Matt here. Anything that follows this bone here, the pelvic crest, yeah, or the iliac crest, your pelvis, anything this side, so inferior to that, okay, inferior to that or below it, is glute. So when people say I've got lower back pain here, and it radiates out, it's usually because, again, they've got that anterior pelvic tilt, Matt, and that their glutes here are very, very painful and tight. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh
So there's a few glute muscles here. We've got the glute max, which sits this way, the glute medius, which sits from the hip bone here up to the ASIS, which is
Especially towards the outer.
yeah, that's right, this way,
Yeah.
and then sweeps back to about here. And then under all that, Matt, we've got the glute minimus, which is right deep, and it's there. That one. Yeah. Okay, deep breaths, buddy.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go, isn't it just? Like butter, mate. Bro. So if that's the case, and you have got lower back pain, and it is lower back pain from something else, fine, come see me about that. But it could be your glutes as well. So what I'd recommend, get yourself a tennis ball, stick it in here, up against a wall, and drag it around. If that's incredibly painful, you want to be doing that. You want to be working your glutes. So Matt and I had a conversation a few months ago about him having a weak glute medius, which is causing internal rotation on his leg. It could be that his glutes are actually too tight to contract properly. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that goes back to what we're talking about with the lats, okay?
Yeah.
So if I, as a sports massage therapist, loosen his glutes, and then he keeps on top of that with soft tissue work, with a tennis ball or stretching, he's going to be able to contract his glute muscles a lot better, and hopefully that will cause a straighter knee, eh? Okay, buddy?
Oh, that's painful there.
They're really painful.
Yeah.
You have got a pressure point just there, look.
Oh yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
That one, look. Yeah, there is. So that I want to ignore, but this round here, that's your glute medius, buddy, and that's real tight. You alright, mate?
That's painful. That.
Sorry, bud.
It's good.
Okay.
My clients are loving this.
I know, right?
Well, I suppose you are as well.
People ask me a lot, does this not hurt your hands? Yes, if I do it wrong. So if I did a lot of massage with my hands like this, one, Matt, is that much pressure?
No.
No. Two, I'm using my wrists a lot. I'm going to get repetitive strain. So if I did it wrong, the only thing I use my thumbs for individually is to get in Matt's glute, like I just showed you. The rest of the time, my arm is straight, my palm is flat, or I use the ball of my hand here, or I use my thumb, or something, whatever, fist. My arm is straight, and I lunge into it, and I move into it. How's that pressure, Matt?
Feels good.
Better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, my hands don't ever hurt because I do it right. If you're starting to get wrist pain on the upper side, you're probably putting a bit too much pressure on your own fingers here, and you're also probably getting weak extensors. I'd recommend, which is what I do every day, getting an extensor trainer. Posted a video about that yesterday, Matt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, about tennis elbow, yeah?
Yeah.
So I do something, I use a treatment style called dry cupping. It uses plastic cups like this. I can use the fire cups. I don't see the point. They're more for relaxation, in my opinion. Dry cupping is decompression. So massage is compression. I'm stretching the skin and the tissue by pushing down on it. Dry cupping is exactly the same, but the opposite way. I'm using decompression I want to find the tight bit, just there. I'm using decompression to stretch Matt's tissue up into the cup. There we go. How's that, Matt?
Fine.
Tight?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll show everyone what that looks like. I'm using decompression to stretch Matt's tissue up into the cup. I can hold on to it there. This tissue is then forced to stretch. And while it's stretching, it's being released. But unlike compression, I'm dragging blood to this area. So not only am I stretching the muscle, I'm also filling it with rich nutrients. If this tissue in this cup resists that decompression, it will bruise. And that's why we get the discoloration, like that. You've had these before, Matt, haven't you?
Yeah.
So Matt's going to put a picture up now, maybe over here, of circles on his back, and you can see lighter circles where the cups have been and darker circles. Now the darker the circle, the more that tissue resisted that decompression. So the more resistance, the more the cup's going to pull and the more it's going to bruise. He's got one up the top here, I think, that didn't bruise at all, yeah. Because there was no resistance. So the tissue happily went up into the cup, it stretched happily, and then it relaxed as soon as I let the cup go. So no problems at all. All tight up here, okay?
Yep.
Matt, I'm going to put one on your glute.
Ooh,
yeah, sorry, but this might sting a little bit. Mm-hmm. Just there, okay? That's what you're telling me you're having most of the problems. How's that?
Fine.
How's that?
Fine.
No problems?
No.
One more? How's that?
Fine.
That one?
Fine.
Still okay?
Fine.
Just a bit tight?
Yeah.
Good. So, just for time's sake, I've put the cups on half of Matt's back while I treat the other half. This is the way I do it, so I can spend more time treating the client rather than just not touching them with cups on. If Matt or any of my clients tell me that they're pulling a little bit, I'll stop. Probably, depending on how far I am on this side of the back, either take these cups off or put cups on this side and wait 5 minutes for them all to do their own job, and then continue with the treatment. This one here, Matt, has got a lovely colour. So I am causing Matt a bit of pain at the moment. I advised Matt before he got here, before we started the treatment, that if it ever hurt, to do some really deep belly breaths, which is what he's doing now. The slow exhale will relax the nervous system and will help maintain the pain, manage the pain, not maintain, you don't want to maintain the pain, help manage the pain of the tissue that I'm pressing, and it will also help the tissue relax quicker when the nervous system lets go of that tight muscle. How do the cups feel?
Fine.
No pain at all?
No.
I'm just going to show people what it looks like.
It's a strange sensation, actually. It's hard to describe.
Yeah? So there's no pain coming from any of these cups at all?
No.
None at all?
No.
What about this one? That feel okay?
Fine.
Yeah?
Feels alright.
Feel this one? It's okay?
Slightly.
Yeah? Just nothing really?
Probably the one at the top.
This one? Just feels a bit tender?
Yeah.
Yeah? But they're not painful, right?
No.
So they've been on for a couple of minutes now, 2 or 3 minutes. I want to start taking them off. And we get that decompression. Feeling okay?
Yeah. Are you better to train before or after massage?
Before is fine. Just be aware that you will be hypersensitive, which means the treatment may hurt a little bit more because your muscles will be swollen. Mm-hmm. Definitely not afterwards. I would not train again for 24 hours on the tissue that I've worked on. Mm-hmm. Purely because massage in itself is a destructive type of massage, so I'm breaking down muscle tissue. And if you go to the gym, I'm breaking it in a constructive way, but if you go to the gym and then train, you're going to be pretty much undoing what we've just done. And it's a little bit dangerous. It's more likely to be injury prone because the muscles will be slightly weaker. Mm-hmm. Yes, you'll have more range So you'll think, oh yeah, I feel great, I want to go for a pump. I had a guy a few months back, he used to get cramp every time he ran in his calves. So I treated his calves, I really hurt him because they were so tight. The next day he was like, I feel amazing. And he went on a 10-mile run.
Oh God.
Honestly, God, worst thing he could have done. That night he was in so much pain, he was ringing me saying, what can I do, I've hurt myself. And I was like, I told you not to run, just go in the bath. There?
No. There.
There?
Yeah.
Nothing?
No.
No?
No.
Down, that's
Yeah.
it. So, contrary to what I was saying earlier, about me not using my wrists and my hands, I'm quite a strong person, so I can go quite deep into Matt's shoulder, but I'm still using my shoulders. I'm not just, you see, I'm doing circles, but I'm moving my entire arm. I'm not just using my wrist. This is when you get hand pain. When I start using my wrist like this, instantly my hand starts hurting. I'm not going to do that, it's ridiculous.
It's a strange sensation, you know, when you get the tight muscle, you feel it. Feel the muscle obviously being sucked up into the cup, but it's almost like the lactic acid sensation you get when you train. You feel it starts to tingle and burn. Is that?
Yeah. So the tingling, the burning is the muscle stretching, which is exactly the same. The muscle stretching and filling with blood, which, as we know, when we work out, we get that pump, which is the muscle filling full of blood. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm dragging blood to the area. I'm forcing that tissue to stretch open, exactly the same as when we work out. I'll show them this. So we did one side of Matt's left side of his body with the cups, and I treated Matt's left side of his body with the cups. I didn't do him, and we can see that here quite red and bruised, here quite red and bruised. It looks really bad on camera, but it's not that bad in real life.
It's not painful at all.
Not at all. It doesn't look that red either. But this one, look, barely bruised at all. Next one up, bruised. You saw on the camera, I put them all relatively the same height, similar to these ones here, and that's just showing me that part of the tissue just didn't resist. No pain there at all, no problems.
Yeah.
That's dry cupping. Coming to an end. So I'll take the cups off. So this is how I always close down with a massage. I say, Matt, how are you feeling?
Feeling good.
Is there anything else missing that I didn't touch or do or feel like you need me to look at?
No, all good.
Yeah, feeling good?
Yeah.
So when you stand up in a minute or two, you're going to feel really dizzy. That's because you've been face down. I've lowered your blood pressure by touching, okay? And it's going to be really bright in here. So take your time getting up. I'll get you a bottle of water in a sec. You're going to be really dizzy. Aftercare wise, you may feel groggy for the next day or two. That's lymphatic drainage. There's literally a bit like it's falling away from my towel. That's lymphatic drainage. That will pass. You may be weeing a lot more, normal, so make sure you're drinking a lot more to put it back in. And you may just all feel tired, so you might all just want to go home and have a nap now, which is great. So I'll lower the bed and you can jump down. If it's really bright, I'll turn the lights off, you tell me.
No, we're all good.
Sure?
Yeah.
Look at that mood lighting. Oh. I've been feeling dry, baby.
Got a bit of a redhead. Thank you very much for the treatment, Brad. It was amazing as per.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, fun. Yeah. One word to use for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brad's social media, and you have a website, don't you?
I've got a website where you can book in, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll put his website and social media in the description. So make sure you guys show some love.
Show loads of love.
Show loads of love. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.